Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this awesome looking Android box. This is called X6 and this is done by a company called Tanggula. Now these guys are always bringing up to date and very good boxes on the table. Now I have to mention that this is the YouTube friendly video. If you are going to watch this on YouTube, it does not have certain different areas. We will keep that in separate different places. Links are all going to be in the bottom so that way you can click on it and watch the full review how powerful this box is. And I want to mention that this box do come with 4GB of RAM, 64GB internal storage, but it's running all winner chipset. We will go through it. We will show you exactly what is in this box. I have to mention one more thing, that this do come with an Air Mouse, really small little remote. And do not want to forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. Make sure you click the notification icon, select all in order to get notified once we have a new video out. On top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We'll have to help you out ASAP. And don't forget to click the like button. It really motivates us to make these type of videos quickly with a little more detail every time. In here are all the components that are part of the box. It comes with this user guide. Now this is very small but very effective, as all the information you need is starting from the preface, going down to how to start, also getting all the icons, and then going into the startup screen, settings, and then how you can do a screenshot if you need. Also at the back, all of the information is there, that what you can play on this box, except that some notices is in the bottom. It also comes with a generic user manual. Now this is how the box really comes with originally, before they have fixed it to be Tanggula. And this is what you need to know about this. So it's all the information that you really need and you need to learn about it. Doesn't matter if you want to connect it with LAN or the Wi-Fi, all the information is there. And how you will be able to process. Also, you can cast your phone using this box on the TV. And then also how you will be able to play certain things from your network. Here you go, AirPlay, going down to more information and how you will be able to play with it. It does come with an HDMI cable. Now I know that it has writing, but it really didn't indicate to us if this HDMI is 1.4 or 2.0 version of this. But it is an HDMI. It will get your box connected to the TV, and yes, you will get picture. It does come with a power adapter. Now this one is created for Canada and United States, and there's some other part of the world that do use this. This part will be connecting to the box, and it is 5 volt, 2 amps. It also comes with a little remote. Now, we haven't played with this yet, but let's just open it up. And this remote is really small, but very nice. You can see that it is IR. Yes, you can use it as IR. Going around, there's nothing much there, but it feels like there's something in the back. Let's just open it up. And yes, it comes with a little dongle. So yes, this will connect as RF in IR. And this way you will be able to play with it. So we will play with this in a couple of seconds. We will put 2 batteries, but it doesn't come with a battery. And we can see on the top you have the power, you have the little LED right there, and then you also have the menu key, the apps, Google Assistants, the settings, the navigation key. Doesn't have any arrows as you can see, but okay in the middle. And then also you have the back arrow key, home, and then the Air Mouse. We will be playing to see if this is an Air Mouse or if this is IR. I do not know it yet. Also, you have the volume up and down, channel up and down, or page up and down, mute button, and then some popular apps that you can play with. But here you go, this is how it is. But yes, it does come with a little dongle. You have to connect this to the box in order to make this work. And then the big moment is the actual box itself, sitting inside of a little plastic so it doesn't get scratched up. And this is how it really looks. I really like how they have designed it. Now going around it, first thing first, on the top you do have the Tanggula icon. It's very small, but I really like it because it's totally white and then just a little icon. Going to the front part of it, you have the IR sensor. Going on one side of it, you have some holes for ventilation. Going to the back part of it, you have a little hole for reset. And then you also have the HDMI connection. And you can also see that there is a power connection so that we can power up. You have one USB 2.0 connection. And you have one USB 3.0 connection. Now remember that this is also good, the USB 2 for OTG, or if you need to software update. And then there is a micro SD card slot. And then going in the bottom part of it, you have lots of holes for ventilation. And then you also have a little sticker that will tell you this comes with 4GB of RAM, 64GB internal storage. And this is the X6 series. Everything that you need to know is there. And then at the bottom, you have a little sticker, which I unblocked the LAN MAC connection. It says it right there. And then there is 4 little legs. So that way, when you put it on the actual table, it doesn't move. But this one, You can even hear that it moves. Why that is mandatory to know is when you put a cable in the back and it's really heavy, it will be pulled. So if you have another little part, you can put it in the bottom. So this way it's not going to be able to pull that fast. But this is how it is. Let's go next and connect it. Now, first thing first, before we connect the power, make sure that the USB dongle is connected. And we will connect it to 2.0, not 3, because for that we have a USB, which has some videos on this. And this is a very old USB that I have. And that's the one I will be connecting. There you go. And now we will connect the power. So for CEC purposes, we will connect the HDMI wire first. And then the power. But right now you can see there is no indicators that will tell me this is on or off. That's something that I miss about these boxes. So as soon as you turn it on, this is a very first time we're setting it up. So let's go next. So yes, there was a little animation and then takes you to this screen first, which is disclaimer. Now I have to mention that we were talking about the remote itself. Now it is an Air mouse. You can see that the mouse is working. Now we will just have to click on agree. And this is the main screen. So this is how you see everything that is part of it. Now I have to mention that these are just little icons that you can add. And you have the USB, which I connected on the start. I showed you already. And then the Bluetooth is already on. The time is there, which is incorrect. And the date is there, which is incorrect. Now going down, you do have some different icons. We will go one by one. So the first one is going to be all apps. So when you select, these are the default apps that are part of it as soon as you get it. These are the ones that will be coming with it. And I will be turning off my mouse. There you go. So this way we can play with this a lot better. And we will press back. And the next part is going to be your background. So you can click on it. And yes, there are some default backgrounds in there that you can select. So if I have to change it to this one, it automatically just changes. Or to this one, it changes. Now if I have to press back and back, it takes a couple of seconds for it to save. And this is how it really looks. Now, we just started the video, so I want to keep it back on the default one, which is really good. And we will just leave it there, which looks awesome. And then the part is the settings. So once you go to it, this is where you will be able to connect to Wi-Fi. Also enter your username and password for Google Play Store. And most of the information that you need is underneath of it. So this is how easy it is to process that part. And then you can go in and add your app. So you can click on one and then you will be able to select an app and you will be able to add it. Now, since I haven't done it, we just go next. Now on this part of the video, we will be adding the shortcuts, how it's done. So number one was Tang TV, which is part of this box. So we will click that. And the next part will be the TARS. And then we're going to find the rest of the apps that we can add. So it would be something like YouTube. And then the other apps that we're going to install. Now the first thing we will go to will be YouTube. So when you go to the settings part, on the first part it will tell you quality. And when you click on it, by default it's playing it as 1080p. I really like how they have divided now. So the picture goes really small on one side. And then you can go down underneath of it, which will be actual 4K, 2K, and then 1080p, which is 1K. So let's go to 4K. We will give it a couple of seconds to see if it does play. And yes, it does play, which is really cool. And now we will just go into it, but it freezes. So that's one thing I have to mention, that when you are going to play it, you can see that the bar in the bottom do run. So that means is, yes, it does have sound if I have to bring up the volume. But it does not play the actual 4K. So now if I have to go back into the settings itself, let's just go back up. And then if I have to go back to the quality and then I bring it down to 1080p, it plays it no problem. So if I have to change it to just 2K, and let's see, right now it does play it, but if I have to get out, okay, so it plays it in 2K no problem, but when you go to 4K, then you have an issue. So remember that this box do play 4K perfectly on the box itself, but right now as a YouTube, 2K perfectly playing it. Here I'm not down yet. Let's go a little bit geeky inside of it. Now for this part, as you can see on the top, the viewport is 1080p, 0 frame drop. Yes, it does play it as 1080p, but you can see that the current optimization resolution is running on 2K, yes, 1440, and at 30 frames per second. And you can see the codecs is using the VP09 and OPUS in order to get this vibrant color, but the colors are BT709, and that's about it. It does not go more. And you can see underneath of it the bit rates of connection, how good it is connected while we are connected as Wi-Fi. this is how good you're going to get and you are watching it. The next thing we will launch will be Geekbench 5. Now I have to mention that I already ran this in with the OS 14 on the all-winner chipset, I should say, on single core 107 and multi-core is 770, which is a really good number for this box to play with. The next thing we will be playing with will be AIDA64 or AIDA64. Now as soon as you bring it up, the system itself on the top, it does say TV. Now the manufacturer is all-winner, as we mentioned already, and then the model number is X6, and then the board is X-Droid. You can go down, it is 4 GB of RAM, and this much how much has been in total. This is how much is available right now. The internal storage is 64 gig. You can see 52.27 is available right now. This is how much is actually free. This is how much is available. Remember that I know that it is 64 gig, but it has been partitioned differently. So a little bit of it for recovery. Yes, OS do need some recovery, so you do not have to grab a USB drive or whatever from somewhere. So it is always going to be there. And then another partition will have so you can install your basic apps that comes with this box, and then whatever apps you install on top of it, which we did, so that way we can test this out, something like AIDA64 or AIDA64, and then this is how much is available. Now for external, I have a 16 GB, which I showed in the start, which was the white USB that I connected, and then it has some videos that we will be playing with in a couple of seconds, and this is how much is free on that. Bluetooth on this is 4+. It doesn't say really what number it is. Now when we go on the display, native resolution on this is 1080p, but you can go down, you can see the DPI and everything. Now the GPU on this is ARM, it's Mali G57, it's a single core processor running on 60 Hz right now, and the OpenGL on this is 3.2, which is really good. Now since we are running this on Wi-Fi, you can see some settings over here, and I'm not sure why this is keep freezing on me, the USB, maybe my battery is dying, but you can see it that Wi-Fi right there, 5G is supported. It should say 6, but when it says that supported, that should be giving you some information. Now we do not have battery in this. The Android on this is Android 14. It's called Upside Down Cake. All of the information is there. On the terminal itself, you can see the CPU, what type of temperature it has. So if it reaches about 72 and higher, then you're in trouble. But something like 60 is very normal. And you can see that some of them are going even under 60, which is really good. Now going under sensor itself, there's nothing there. Apps, we do not have to worry. But codecs is something that you guys are always asking for. And you can see that most of them that you're going to ask for, so something like H264, 65, 63 is there too. AVC, VP9, VP1, AV1, all of them are available here. So VP8 is there too, and more are going to be available for you. So this is not bad for this box. Now the next thing we want to cover will be VLC, which we can play some videos on this. So number one that we're going to play is a regular 1080p video. Now this plays it really nicely. As you can see, there is sound to it. I'm just going to bring it up, but I do not want to overshadow our own voice. So yes, it plays it nicely. This is local, so this is not outside, but it's connected with USB 3.0, and the USB dongle I have is USB 3. So remember, those are matching. Your video will be playing very nicely. Now when we go to 4K, which we videoed a few years ago in Niagara Falls, this is how it sounds and this is how it looks. So yes, it plays it really nicely, but this has a really big map, so there is a lot of little ripples happening. The leaves are running, and there's going to be some birds going to move over here in a few seconds, but you can see that it does play it perfectly and there's no stop to it. And here's the birds that I was talking about. So yes, it plays it, and while we have the mouse on this video, it plays it nicely. So this is what we really like to see from these boxes that can play 4K without any issues. One thing I have to mention is as soon as you press back, it totally kicks you out of this app. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm sure that these guys are going to watch it and fix it in a future update, and hopefully it will work. But here you go. This is 4K in 10-bit, and let's see how it will play it for us. And it's still frozen a little bit. I do have sound, but 10-bit does not play on this box. So I know that this video is a few years old, so it should play it, but yes, sound is there. But the video really freezes for us. If I have to go back, it totally kicks me out again. So it doesn't really show that if it's going to gibberish or it's just going to flicker a few seconds. it doesn't show that. But you can see that if I have to press and play again, it does not move at all. So yeah, it doesn't work. So 4K 10-bit does not work on this box. So the next app we will be playing with will be Analytics. Now that's a really good app to see exactly what type of internet connection you have and how good it will connect. Now I am using Wi-Fi right now, and you can see that my Wi-Fi connection is 158 for download and 101 for upload. Now since this does not have a LAN connection, this is only going to work on Wi-Fi. So we're really going to rely on Wi-Fi. So if I have to go to it again for second time just to see exactly what type of numbers we're getting, I'm getting roughly about 163 for download, and I'm waiting for the upload, which is 107. Again, it's really good on how good this will be connecting. So this is our speed test. All the links will be available in the bottom of the video where you can order it from. So I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment on the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is exitex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places. And thank you.